So Saturday night's main feuds with the debut of Jacqueline. I know a lot of people have been asking for her to be included in the game for a very, very long time, and she's finally here. So have been getting a lot of new or one, the first of cards, and she's going to be the first one. And she's going to be the first one to debut for her. Is going to be Attitude Era. So we are getting Jacqueline. Hey champions, the wait is finally over. After many requests, we made it happen. Miss Jacqueline is here and ready to dominate the ring, earn her shards in milestones, feud to stretch milestones, feud to the stretch milestones for champion medallions, and hit the prize wheel for gear and shards you may have missed. Okay. Please note, as always, as you see the little Avi in the bottom left, it is subject to change. Everything is subject to change at any point. So STC on everything that you see here, but for the most part, the guts should be good. So we are having a flash view this weekend. So it is going to be there's going to be a regular solo contest, a standard faction contest, the battlegrounds, and a war scar competition for each and every flash that we have. So 4 total flash views as always. So pretty standard that way. And we are getting Jacqueline once again, and she is going to be a tech. And she's going to be a 5K recruit overall. So what we're seeing is 1550 shards in solo milestones, 1,000 in feud battlegrounds. So quite a about half, a little more than half right there. And then the premium M's, what you're going to see is 1500 in the solo and 950 in offers. So again, subject to change on the allotment and distribution, but her shards will also be in her card, and the shards are also going to be in the loot. And for those that are still chasing Austin, like many of us are, including myself, there will be 240 of his shards in the solo milestones and 160 in the premium. So in the premium milestones and the solo event. For those still chasing Bossman or needing his shards for any particular reason, there will be 90 for free, and there will be 60 in the premium section of the event. The Champions Prize, well, I know a lot of people are excited about this. The Flash event has long been one of the more rewarding events, not just in my opinion, but actually like I'm reading the chat as I go. The chests that they brought out have been much better. There's a lot of S tier or higher or rare card shards available in there. So what you're seeing here is the few champion medallions in each war score competition are going to allow you to redeem different types of rewards. So what we're seeing here is the chest and the strap that goes along with that. I'm not sure what the strap is. It's not listed here, but it should be at least 100% gem damage, I would think. But you can see a preview, and again, subject to change, but what the Feud champion chest includes. So shards of people that I know I'm still chasing. HLR, Fruity Pebbles, Dude Sammy, Texina, and a whole bunch of others. I know Tubob out there still chasing Naya. I think he's still chasing Naya, so hopefully he can grab the shards there. But this was something that people really, really look forward to for the grind that they were doing, whether medium grind or otherwise. But Flash has that. The main prize wall that we're looking at. So redeem your medallions for awesome rewards. And we are seeing some really great, rare gears here. For those that missed Penta or didn't get Bliss from the Armory otherwise, or haven't been getting any of these from the Armory, the ones that have been involved in it, the ones that have been in the Armory, you have a chance here, depending on what you're chasing. Again, these are really great premium shards. The one for Creed is not necessary unless he gets an MP gear down the road or a moment or something like that really boosts him up that way. Or you're just getting perks or extra buckles or something like they do have at times. But there are some really, really wonderful gears here, and then we have great assortment of shards. Quite frankly, I mean, Penta shards available again. Ron, I'm still short on Ron. People who are still chasing Bionic have a chance there. Canadian Icon Trish. A lot of people still chasing HLR, Fruity Pebbles Cena. And there's 200 Eclipsed with 2 max there. And Nation of Domination, who is, he might not be as great a card if you're not using the all black setup in Showdown, for example. But in terms of his trainer ability, the 2 purple and 2 multiply, he's still huge and still very hard to get for a lot of people. So you're going to get the opportunity to get 400 of his shards for 52 prize wall medallions. And then you can see a little sneak peek of what's over here too. So Mommy's on top is there. Tori Wilson Glamorous, Umaga, Simone Bulldozers here as well. So again, the gears that we're seeing that you just saw, Penta Era, Alexa Bliss, Twisted Bliss on the new one, Trick, JBL Hall of Fame Gold. That's something that I'm going to be looking forward to trying to get. William Regal Blue Blood Regal Vest. CM Punk Voice of the Voiceless. That's an MP gear. Julius Creed, the Creed Brothers Yellow gear. Asuka, The Empress Returns NXT gear. And Jerry Lawler Hall of Fame Silver Edition. So kind of a weird assortment, but also a really, really good assortment from premium to things that have been around for a while, but have been a little bit harder to acquire. So as we go on, the shards, as I mentioned already, but I'll just read through it again, just for people who cannot see the screen because they might just have it up while they're mobile or doing other things. Shards available: Penta Era, Ron Simmons Hall of Fame, Steve Austin, Bionic, Trish Stratus, Canadian Icon, HLR Fruity Pebbles Cena, that's a Showboat special edition, NOD Rock, Umaga, Tori Wilson Glamorous, Rhea Ripley Mommy's on Top, Shinsuke Nakamura Master of Kinshasa, Bronson Reed Massive, another one seems to keep finding his way onto the walls, CM Punk Best in the World, Farouk the Acolytes, and Stacy Keibler Super Stacy. So a lot going on this wall. There's actually, I believe there was another, I think there's going to be another strap added to this. I can't say for sure, but right now what we know, the straps that are going to be available are Miss Jacqueline 150% move damage strap, Miss Jacqueline 100% gem defense strap, the Alliance Austin 150% gem damage strap, Big Boss Man Corporation 150% gem damage strap, and Brutus Beefcake 150% gem damage strap. Kind of interesting because Beefcake technically doesn't need a strap, and Boss Man, a lot of people are going to lean on his move damage build, even though I would, for 99, I would use a gem damage build. It's a little bit better, especially with the botch plate and the rumble, but you do have a chance for those that, even if you don't have Austin yet, maybe secure a strap. I'm not as big a fan on the character-specific straps, but I know a lot of people are, but you do have another chance to get the 150 for him. And he's a super card. He's so good. So good. Saturday Night's main bag. So we got one item from the list below, and you can see some of the stuff here. Again, some of the premium ones, Mommy Shards, Acro Punk Shards, Dudinator Shards, and then a chance, good luck to all on this, but a chance of getting Miss Jacqueline 3-star bronze in the bags as well. So I know a lot of people look forward to the bags, even if the RNG might not be that great. RNG, always going to RNG, as I say. So don't be disappointed if you don't pull or somebody else does. Yeah, looking at the, yeah, it's a really loaded wall. Looking at chat quite a little quickly. All right, so earn solo contest points in the Feud Battlegrounds competition and contest tours. Max milestone 12 million. That's on the solo contest. So in here, 3,050. Oh, that looked a little bit off. 3,050 Jacqueline shards. I'll go back to that after the recording. 400. Austin shards, the Alliance Austin shards. I know a lot of people still chasing him. There was a little bit of a change there in the month, but that's going to be something a lot of people are excited about and hoping to acquire. 150 Big Boss Man Corporation shards, 7 Saturday Nights main bags, and 33 Saturday Nights main medallions. So top 40 earn brand new Jacqueline up to 6-star silver. So that's interesting. So that's on the solo event. So actually it looks pretty standard. Let's look at what the CSS holds for us. And these CSS are going to be going towards the solo event, so via the challenge tours. So we have one win a match in the main challenge tour with Jacqueline. That's going to be 100,000. The limit is 1, obviously, on these. Win one with Mommy's on Top, Rhea Ripley. That's another 100K. Nikki Cross, Abby the Witch, another 100K. Penta Era, 100K. Nation of Domination Rock, 100K. And Alliance Austin 100K, and then Big Boss Man another 100K there. So again, these are going towards the actual solo contest, not the battlegrounds. The battlegrounds competition itself is sometimes a little contentious, but something that I always look forward to because there really are some great things in here. In here, you will find a max milestone cap of 3. Well, not cap, but at least for milestones, a stretch is 300 million. Again, that includes the CSS and all. So in here, you will find 1,000 Jacqueline shards, huge. 8 Saturday Nights main medallions. 10,000 Saturday Nights main Feud loot coins. That's a side loot. and then 2,125,000 solo contest points for the weekend. So again, a really loaded battleground event, plus all the other stuff that we get with that. Climb the leaderboard, the top leaderboard rank for 4-star gold Jacqueline, Miss Jacqueline, and more Saturday night solo contest points in the top 800. Interesting. That solo contest usually goes to the faction event. It's interesting. All right, let's look at what these CSS are going to be. So the first feud that we are having, as you see from the prep, it is a female feud. So the first one is going to be Jacqueline is going to be the first CSS that we see. So 6.625 million and a limit of 2 on there. So a lot of CSS points there. And it looks like all, let me just scroll real quick. Yep. All the CSS are just to limit, which is great. So Trish, Canadian Icon, is going to be another 6.625 million. And then Corey Wilson Glamorous, 6.625 million. They're being really generous with those. And then any leader is going to be 2.5 million. Now, again, this is Flash, so you don't really need CSS if you want to be competitive or at least max it. So don't stress too much if you don't have the CSS, but it is nice that it's a limit on 2 for those who have. And it's a nice big boost to their Battleground event. So Feud 2, Mommy's on top. So that's a 6.25 million. Jade Cargill and Jade Cargill Storm is coming. Asuka Arcade Assassin, that's gonna it's gonna be another 6.625 million. And then Alexa Bliss, Twisted Bliss, that's a trickster. She's another one, so we have 5 there. And then any Nikki Cross. Oh, that's awesome. That's a great allotment there of points in Flash 2. Flash 3 is going to switch over to the male side. So the first 2 Flash feuds are female. The last 2 months, I believe it's been male, male, female, female, and now we're going to switch it back up to female, female, male, male. So Feud 3 is going to be male. So CM Punk, Voice of the Voiceless, The Dudenator, Braun Breaker, Break Everyone. So there's 3 premium or 3 character specific ones that are 6.625 million, and then any Raw Superstar at 2.5 million. Again, limit 2 on that. So there's 4 CSS for Feud 3, just like the Flash 1, and then Flash 4, we are seeing Steve Austin, the Alliance, NOD Rock, Big Boss Man, the Corporation, and then Brutus, the Disciple, as our CSS for Flash 4. Right. The Faction Contest. Faction Contest looks pretty standard, so spend Feud loot coins. So again, that's a side loot. Collect medallions and evolve, fuse up superstars, max milestone. Well, let's call it 50 million, 49,999,999. So in there, you will find 3 Saturday Nights main bags, 1 Saturday Nights main medallion, and 30,000 strap cards. So not overwhelming, but something that every, at least the top 50 to 75 faction should max relatively easily between getting the points for doing, I believe, just really 1 brawl. So it's really not that wild just to get the faction points at least. And the once again, the chest that they're showing here, again, 2 items from this chest. So you see Naya, Abby, HLR Special Edition Cena, Tech Cena, Hip Hop Edition, Dudenator, Canadian Icon, 300 shards a piece. You see Howdy there hiding, and KG, King General, and SB Solo. I imagine theirs is going to be 300 as well. So guaranteed skill plate and S tier shard. So that is a phenomenal chest to get. Even if you have everything there, it's always nice to get an extra plate, even if it's a dupe. The top 1,000 can earn up to 500,000 Saturday Nights main solo contest points, strap parts, and Saturday Nights main chest on the leaderboard. The war score competitions now. So again, I mentioned that you really only need 1 brawl, if that, to get the faction points to help your faction, max that if you really care anyway. But 750,000 for that. 6 million is the stretch. So 6 million is low for a stretch. I believe it was 10 million a couple months ago when they did it, and then last month they didn't have that. But the top 1 on each leaderboard can get a 3-star gold Jacqueline. Right, that's on the war score. 1 Saturday Nights Feud Champion Medallion. That's the stretch. Again, that's only 6 million. Wow. 150,000 Knights faction points, each war score competition. Okay, so that's where they are. Okay, got it. Limited time tours. Let's see what they have. They've been a lot, and oh my goodness, just scrolling through. Friday's got quite a bit. So of course you have the 24-hour contest, Superstar Rewards, which ends on Saturday for those that get Jacqueline or get her right in the quote unquote the 11th hour on Saturday right before reset. Make sure you get the tours done because they will expire at reset, at least the first chapter, the first one for the weekend. You have the 6-star challenge, that's going to be Attitude Era. You have Beefy and Cakey Striker, that's going to be the Disciple, that's going live on Friday as well. Then you have a Tory Tour, so that's going to be Glamorous or Hall of Fame. You have a Set Tour, which the CSS options that you have are Radical Revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins, SFR, and ETV Seth, Embrace the Vision. And then Saturday, we have Trish, Canadian Icon, and Hall of Fame Trish. That's painful for those who have to use Hall of Fame Trish, but hopefully the tour is not too bad. But Canadian Icon is there. Saturday Night Main, any Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, the Great Dudenator, and CM Punk, Voice of the Voiceless. So a good mix there. And then Sunday, we're going to get Bret Hart, the best ever will be. Bret Hart, the Hart Foundation is the other CSS option there. Sunday, we're also getting Stone Cold, the Alliance, Bionic, and Hall of Fame. Sunday, we're also getting the Acolytes, Ministry of Darkness, Undertaker, Bradshaw, the Acolytes, and Farouk, the Acolyte. So I'll be using Taker on that one. Easy move damage build and done on that tour. Big Boss Man is going to be another tour there, so the Corporation and Hard Times. So either one, if you got that 6-star silver fuse, and it was a Feud 1, I think it was. Now's your chance to use him if you really want to. Otherwise, if you have the Corporation, I imagine you're going to use him. And then Nation of Domination is going to be the last Sunday tour that we get, and that's going to include Nation of Domination Rock, Kama, Mustafa, D'Lo, and that's going to round out the tours for the weekend. So quite a lot of tours. It's probably going to be 1 node. Maybe 2 node tours, so it's good, and you just got to switch it up a little bit. So a good diversity of tours. So rewards that we are looking forward to in there in the tours, we're looking at 20 Saturday nights main medallions. Requires new Jacqueline if you're going to get all that. 6.3 million total points to the solo contest, and then obviously you compound that with the other events that are there, including the premium CSS for the challenge tours like NOD Rock and some of the others that I mentioned before. 4 Saturday nights main bags, and then a main feud boost. The Flash Feud. So let's look at what the requirements are for each Flash Feud. Feud with your faction to the top ranks with powerful steel cage boost. So let's see what that means exactly. So top line is obviously going to be Jacqueline, and then it's going to be open in Flash 1, and then you have, well, we have the prep up now, so you've probably already seen it, but Corey Glamorous has to be there, 6-star silver, she's on the left side, any Showboat in the middle, and then open. And then the bottom lane, you have any Attitude Era 5-star, any Trick, any Powerhouse, open. And the middle is going to feature a +1 MP as always, 50% yellow gem damage boost, 20% war score boost, and then the bottom line is going to feature +1 starting purple MP. You're going to also see 25% cross break damage and 10% war score boost there. What is allowed? So let's see what the steel cage stuff is. So everything is allowed. That's music to ears for a lot of people. So the damage boost that we're going to see from steel cage: 50% yellow gem damage boost, 100% cross damage break boost, 100% bleed damage boost, and then 50% purple gem damage boost. Other moves and gems still do damage, but the gems there are benefiting from boost do more damage, obviously. Okay, so that's Flash 1. Let's move over to Flash 2. Top row, you have Mommy. Mommy's on top. And you have the standard line bonus there, +3 starting MP, 100% gem damage boost, and then 50% war score boost. The middle, you have Alexa Bliss, Twisted Bliss. She has to be at least 6-star silver, which if you got her, she should be at least that, if not more, if you have the tokens, I guess, and the shard conversions. Any Trickster in the middle, and then open slot on the right side. Everybody's that's going to fill that is going to get +1 starting MP, plus 50% multi-gem damage boost, and then plus 20% war score. And then the bottom is going to feature any modern era 5-star, any striker, any acro, and open. So very, very open Flash 2. And the bottom lane is going to give you +1 starting purple MP, plus 25% blue gem damage, and then 10% war score boost there. And again, everything is allowed via steel cage rules, so don't be scared. And on top of it, you're going to get 50% multi-gem damage, 100% reinforced gem damage, 100% protect gem damage, and then 50% blue gem damage. So I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be using Maxine with that 100% reinforced gem damage. All right, cycling over to Flash 3. Top line, you're going to be able to use CM Punk Voice of the Voiceless, and then the open slot on the right side. So +3 starting MP, 100% gem damage boost, and 50% war score. And then in the middle, you're going to have to use Brawn Breaker, break everyone at least at 6-star silver. Any powerhouse in the middle, and then open on the right side, +1 starting MP, +50% gem damage, bleed gem damage, and then I don't know why it said bleed gem damage, but bleed damage, 20% war score boost. On the bottom, any Sami Zayn, any acro, any trick, open. Again, still relatively open parameters there. +1 starting purple MP, +25% leech gem damage. Interesting. And then +10% war score boost. Trying to figure out where I can throw in 316 Austin on this one. Anyway, 100% bleed gem damage on that, or just bleed damage. 100% X break gem damage. That's going to help our boy CM Punk a lot. 50% yellow gem damage, and then 100% leech gem damage. So that's really good. Again, if you can put Austin in there, it's a really good option there. So Flash 4, Austin, the Alliance is going to be there and open. And then middle, you're going to have to use Big Boss Man, the Corporation, at least at 6-star silver, any striker, and then open on the right. And then 50% botch gem damage, and then 20% war score boost on top of the +1 starting MP. Any Attitude Era, 5-star, any tech, any showboat, open, +1 starting purple MP again, +25% yellow gem damage, and then +10% war score. And on top of that, the Steel Cage is going to give you an extra 50% black gem damage, 50% yellow gem damage, 100% botch, and 100% crap gem damage. So they really want you to use Big Boss Man's gem damage build based on this. So really, really good open parameters for the most part. And that is it. That is our the highlights of everything. Then don't forget that you have an extra chance to win Miss Jackie, from the forum giveaway at 5-star gold. Provide your quality feedback, actionable, insightful feedback, not emotionally driven, but actionable feedback. Passionate is good, but not ranting and raving. Provide some great feedback there for a chance to win 5-star gold Miss Jacqueline in the forum giveaway. Join the WWE Champions community in our official forum and give us constructive feedback on the contest. So I know traditionally people, the person reading this would hit like on this. I feel that's not my part in this particular thing. That's not a slight to anybody, but I'm going to leave that to whoever is going to be the first one to go on this to do. So although I do like it, I'm not going to hit the like button. I know that's kind of customary. I'm not going to do that in this particular case because I feel like the person for somebody wants to be first to brag that they were the first one to put on there from the general community. So again, that is our read. I'm going to stop the recording on this.